Hello YouTube and welcome to the comic book channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the new books that are coming out Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018. It is a pretty big week, so I'm going to try to move pretty fast so the video is not longer than 15 minutes. So starting us off, from Dark Horse, we have Death Orb. Death Orb is, quote, a fast-paced manga-style action in a road warrior setting. That sounds really specific. Moving on, also from Dark Horse, we have Umbrella Academy Hotel Oblivion #1, with this A cover and then a B variant cover. From DC, we have Batman #56 with this Matina B variant. We've got Deathstroke #36, also with a really nice B Matina variant. Matina B variant? I don't know how to say that. And then I kind of like this B variant cover for Justice League 9, which is the Drowned Earth Prelude. And it's also got a pencils only incentive as well. We've got a new #1 this week with Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark Witching Hour, and it's got two really awesome covers, especially this variant. Next up from Dynamite, we've got Battlestar Galactica 0. So the regular cover is 35 cents. And then the incentives are all higher than that, although they all say they're 35-cent cover price. They're obviously not. There's a good amount of covers on this one, so if you're really into Battlestar Galactica or incentive covers, maybe these are for you. I pre-ordered a couple of the regular 35-cent covers just to have. Also from Dynamite, Mike Allred somehow made me want to buy a Lone Ranger comic with this amazing cover. It's not something I would typically buy or read, but that's some really awesome cover art, so I think I might have to have it for my Mike Allred collection. And yes, I'm gonna buy Rainbow Brite, but it's because of the really awesome Brittany Williams artwork. Brittany Williams is outstanding. If you're not familiar with her art, she's the artist from the 2016 Marvel series, Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat. I know she's not for everyone, but I absolutely love her artwork. Like, it's really cool artwork. It's very specific artwork. It's kind of manga-esque, but it has something else in it. Like, she does manga things, but she's not a manga artist. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, here's the main cover, and obviously the subsequent variants for this. And hopefully this will do well, because this is a pretty beloved 80s cartoon. So right up there with, Masters of the Universe and Thundercats and stuff like that. Rainbow Brite, Strawberry Shortcake, all that stuff is pretty something. IDW has Batman and the Max Arkham Dreams with these 3 covers. And I totally swear this book already came out like 10 times. I have no idea when the real release date for this is. I even pre-ordered a copy that apparently is on its way now for a book that's not even out yet. So I don't get it. I'm so confused by when this came out or when this is coming out or what's happening. But it's on the solicits for this week here, so we'll see. Also from IDW, we get Star Wars Adventures from Vader's Castle #1. It's got these 3 covers. And this is apparently putting a spooky spin on the Star Wars universe. I think it's an all-ages book because the Star Wars Adventures books are. And it looks really fun and cool either way. I'm definitely going to pick up one. I pre-ordered the B variant cover. So moving on to Image, we get Blackbird #1, which follows Nina Rodriguez, who is positive that a secret magic world ruled by ruthless cabals is hiding just beneath the veneer of Los Angeles, And of course, everyone thinks that she's crazy, but she's not. So we get this really nice cover here, and then this amazing Fiona Staples cover. Both of these covers are really good covers, but it's going to be hard not to want to pick up a Fiona Staples cover of anything. Got some really good artists this week. It's crazy. Between Mike Allred and Sam Keith and Brittany Williams, Fiona Staples, just some really good artists that aren't people that you see every single week. Next up, we have Dead Rabbit, which is about a prolific stick-up man who retired in the 1990s but is now back to save the love of his life. There's 2 covers, and the $15 incentive is sold out online. Another number 1 from Image is Errand Boys, which is about life in the future where if you can't find a good job, you run illegal errands, which is what our lead character resorts to take care of his 13-year-old half-brother. It's got 2 covers on this one. There's a new horror series out this week called Juke Joint, and this is issue number 1. It takes place in the Deep South in the 1950s at the Juke Joint, which is the hottest jazz club around, and the only rules there are keep your hands to yourself. Some men don't think that that rule applies to them, so Mahala, I don't know how you would say her name, and her coven of slain women are happy to remind the men that it does. There's 2 covers on this one, and this sounds really cool. This could be like a fun, creepy series. I wonder how they'll what they'll dive into in this one. But I like that it's taking place in the 50s in the Deep South. I believe it's New Orleans. They could do some really cool stuff here, so I'm excited about it. We get Walking Dead 148 with this really awesome Bill Sienkiewicz variant cover, and this is the Princess. There's Spawn 290 that gets this really, really awesome McFarlane and Mantina black and white variant cover. And this is one that I really wish they had a Virgin variant on. I would love to see this without the trade dress on top. So this week from Marvel, we get Champions number 25, and it's got these 2 covers. Marvel's doing, I completely forgot what it's called now, but they're doing something with their variant covers starting this week where, there's a specific character on the entire cover of the book, and obviously this gets one. Also, we get Donny Cates' Cosmic Ghost Rider number 4, and it's got these 3 covers on it. Deadpool number 5 has a really awesome regular cover, and then a really awesome Gwenpool variant cover. I also absolutely love this Death of the Inhumans number 4 cover. These covers are just killer. They're so good this week. Marvel is also putting out Doctor Strange number 5 with this cover. I have to buy everything this week because all the covers are so great. And then we get Infinity Wars Sleepwalker number 1. Sleepwalker coming back from the 90s to invade Infinity Wars. There's a Yasmin Putri regular cover for Shatterstar number 1, who's back this week. Then we get Superior Octopus number 1, which is a Spider-Geddon tie-in. We've got 3 covers here for Typhoid Fever Spider-Man number 1. Not sure exactly what this is going to be. I mean, I understand what it's going to be, but I don't know what the specific storyline on this one is, but it could be cool. We're getting Weapon H number 8 with the regular cover, and then it's also got this Man-Thing variant, which is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm picking up 8,000 copies of it, so please donate all your copies to me. Weapon X24 also has a really cool cover here. It's a really cool concept on the cover. I like that a lot. Then What If, the series What If is back, and it starts off with What If Spider-Man, and this What If is where Flash Thompson becomes Spider-Man instead. Then we get a What If X-Men book this week, and I really couldn't nail down a short synopsis for it because it's a huge long paragraph, and to me that's too much explaining, and I'm not going to try to do that. I'll obviously read the book, but I'm not going to sit here and try to explain it on a 15-minute YouTube video. Finally, from Marvel, we get X-Men Black Magneto, and that's written by Chris Claremont, which makes it a definite buy for me. Aftershock gives us Lollipop Kids #1, which is basically kids fighting monsters, and there's way more to it than that, but that's all I've got here. Antarctic is like on fire this week. They've got a few books that I'm actually going to pick up, and they're putting out a few books, which isn't usual for them. So first off, they give us PANTHER. I don't usually like these political books, but I'm going to give this one a shot, and the B cover is already sold out online. It looks really cool. I'm not going to talk about politics on here at all because that's a horrible idea, but looks like a cool cover. I'm just going to give it a shot, is all I'll say. I'm also not a fan of mafia or gangster books, and I have no problem saying that. I don't like stuff like that. I think it's cheesy and overdone, and it is whatever. But this one sounds a little interesting. This one's Mobster Graveyard, and it follows a pair of detectives who infiltrate Al Capone's most exclusive speakeasy, hoping to find evidence that will bring down the mob once and for all. But instead, they find proof of a supernatural conspiracy and a warehouse full of horror beyond comprehension. That sounds pretty cool. Sounds like an undead supernatural horror thing. I'm pretty into that. That sounds fun. Also from Antarctic Press, we get William the Last #1, about a boy who grows up on a deserted island with his grandfather. When his grandfather dies, he finds himself in a land where all the people are hiding, and his name has been forbidden from being spoken. Sounds pretty cool. Archie has a $1 issue with number 699, which is kind of like a retrospective on what's been going on, I think, leading up to issue 700, obviously. From Boom Studios, we get Sparrowhawk #1, which claims to be a teen Victorian fairy fight club. Interesting. And finishing up, we get an all-new volume of Ripley's Believe It or Not from Zenoscope. These are always really fun, and I used to try to collect the Gold Key issues when I was a kid. Some of them were a little hard to find, but most of them were like 75 cents in a bin somewhere. And I always really loved the reruns of the 80s show on the Sci-Fi Channel. When I was a kid, too, those were really fun, and I live in Florida, so there's like a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum in St. Augustine, close to where I live. So I'm going to pick that up. That's it. Those are all the books that I have for you. Some really cool stuff out this week, so please let me know in the comments below what you guys plan on picking up. Let me know if I missed out on anything that's important to you, and please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.